Hi beautiful yogis, welcome back. Today's flow is going to be all about boosting your mood. If you're ever feeling blah or in a funk, I know personally I go through so many ups and downs during my day. Sometimes it's just best to get that body moving. So today, if you're joining me, we're going to do a short flow that is all about boosting your mood. We're going to get the blood flowing, we're going to do some detoxifying twists, and we're going to go ahead and get started in an easy seat. And in this easy seat, you can bring the right foot in front of left if you'd like, or the left in front of right, whatever feels good to you. Letting the shoulders melt down the spine, the crown of your head lifts high towards the ceiling. A nice proud chest here. Taking a moment to find the natural cadence of your breath, and just notice how that breath makes your belly rise and fall. Option to place the palms onto the knees for more of a grounding practice. If you're ready to receive all this energy we're about to create together, go ahead and plant the palms facing the ceiling. And if you're ready for that introspective practice, looking within to find that funk or that blahness, confronting it, go ahead and bring the palm onto the heart center and the other palm underneath the low belly, feeling that prana, that life force within you. Starting to bring awareness to your breath. And I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Today, I want you to acknowledge the good in your life. Maybe it's a memory that makes you smile inside, a memory that you're grateful for. Or maybe it's a person or someone in your life that inspires you. Whatever that good in your life is, can you hone in on that intention? Starting to allow your body to fill up with that breath, with that intention that you set for yourself. Allowing that breath to ease in and out of the body. Sweetening that inhale and the exhalations that roll in and out. And allowing yourself to breathe as consciously as possible keeps us in the present moment. So while you hone in on that breath, on that intention, let's take a full breath together. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs, let the collarbone expand, hold this breath at the top of the throat, and then open the mouth, audible exhale, let something go. Ha! Commit to being here in this moment with me. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs, let the chest rise. Hold this breath at the top of the throat, and then open the mouth, audible exhale, let something go. Ha! Starting to blink the eyes open, maybe a slight gaze towards the nose. We're bringing the palms on the outside of the thighs and then slowly closing our knees together like a book. Coming onto all fours before we make our way into our downward facing dog. We're going to start our practice with a few sun A's to really get our bodies moving and our energy going. First, coming into an inverted V shape here. Feet are about hips width distance apart. Palms are a little bit wider than shoulder width distance. We're pressing down into the base knuckle of the index finger and the thumb. Gaze is in between the ankles to elongate the neck. If your low back has been bothering you, go ahead and place a slight micro bend in both knees. And in this downward facing dog, let's take one big inhale together. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, send the gaze in between the palms. We slowly step, walk, jump, hop, or float to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, creating a number 7 with our spine. Shoulders plug into the back wall, slightly tucking the chin. We have a flat back. As if you have your favorite plate of food or yums or even a glass of wine, try not to spill. Take one big inhale here. Exhale, let the chest melt down the thighs, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach all the way up, reaching with intention, sending the gaze in between the palms. Exhale, swan dive, leading with the chest, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift out of the Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, moving into your high plank. In your high plank, we tuck the elbows in towards the ribs, bring the shoulders slightly above the wrists, come all the way down for your Chaturanga Dandasana. Creating that L shape with our tricep and our forearm. Inhale, lift up, fill the belly, fill the lungs, upward facing dog. In this upward facing dog, press the palms into the earth. Send the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze those thighs together. The shoelace portion of our feet are grounding down into our mats. Maybe you slightly tuck the chin in here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, rolling over the toes, finding Ardha Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog. That was our first sun salutation A. Taking our time, running through a couple more together. Inhale, gazes in between the palms. We slowly step, jump, hop, or float to the top of our mat. Make this practice for yourself. Find some creativity here. Inhale, halfway lift out of the Uttanasana, number 7 with our spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, root down from the feet, rise all the way up, reaching with intention here. Watch your plant, babies. Gazes in between the palms. Maybe you take a slight back bend. Swan dive, leading with the heart, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, high to low plank. You flow, you grow. Chaturanga Dandasana, tuck those elbows in towards the ribs. Option to lower the knees if you'd like. Upward facing dog, pulling the chest through, arcing up. And then exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Taking one breath to reset in this downward facing dog. Inhale, both heels lift high to the sky. Exhale, release them down to the earth. Gaze is in between the ankles to elongate the neck. Let's take one more breath here together. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, gaze is in between the palms. We walk, step, jump, hop, or float to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, letting our breath be our guide. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, root to rise, reach all the way up, reaching with intention, maybe sending the gaze in between the palms for that slight back bend. And then exhale, swan dive, leading with the chest, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, out of the Uttanasana, take that halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms high to low plank. You flow, you grow. Tuck those elbows in towards the ribs, lower down. If you'd like to take a couple extra Chaturanga push-ups, you're more than welcome for my advanced yogis. And then exhale, rolling over the toes, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, bring both feet together to touch at the back of your mat. Zip up dog, send the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, right heel lifts high to the sky. Option to point the toe, or option to square off that hips, a little bit more traditional, sending the right toes towards the earth. Bending into this right knee, starting to create those big circles here. And then maybe you switch the direction to counterclockwise. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose, round the spine, crunch it in. Maybe you give that knee a kiss. Back to three-legged dog. Right knee towards the nose, round the spine, crunch it in. Plant the right foot in between the palms. If you have to wiggle your way into that, no worries, take your time. Option to drop this left knee down to the earth if you're looking to modify. Coming into that easy twist, gazes to the right fingertips here. Creating a right angle with this right knee. Taking one full breath here. Exhale, moving into that twisted lunge, grounding down into this right foot. In this twisted lunge, can you send the back ankle to stack above the toe? Opening up the chest a little bit wider, finding the twist. Take one more inhale with me here. Exhale, release. Twisting our body like this detoxifies our organs and it feels good. So we're here for one more breath. Exhale, bring the right palm behind you, left palm paints a rainbow. And then releasing the palms down, Coming into this runner's lunge or Anjaneyasana, giving our legs a break for one moment, dropping this left knee down towards the earth, rising up for one Anjaneyasana, sending the hips down towards the earth. Take one breath here. Exhale, release the palms down to frame the right foot, tuck the toes. Big move here, we're rising up all the way into our crescent warrior. Inhale, rising all the way up, crescent warrior, creating the right angle with our right knee. Back heel is lifted and stacked above the toes. Squeeze those inner thighs together, activating those glutes. We're here for one big inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, we're pivoting our left foot and then bringing our palms onto the hips, sending the right toes towards the left side. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, start to release the chest down, flat back, moving into a wide-legged forward fold. A few options in this wide-legged forward fold. If you're with me, I'm planting my palms underneath the shoulders, and I'm taking a halfway lift to lengthen through my spine, growing a little bit taller. Exhale, release. Left palm reaches for the right ankle. If you want to find that extra twist, right palm lifts high to the sky. Maybe you find a flat back. Exhale, release down. What you do on one side, we have to keep it balanced. Right palm reaches for that left ankle. Opening up here, take a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Maybe you find a flat back. Exhale, release down. Grabbing both hips, micro bending in both knees to avoid hyperextension. We're rising all the way up here. Cartwheeling the palms, sending the right toes to face the front. And then sweeping this right foot all the way back, finding your way in that downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. In this downward facing dog, find some playful movements here. Maybe you generously bend in both knees. Maybe you jam out to the music you're listening to. Give yourself a smile in this pose. Fill that body with positivity. Exhale, release. One more inhale here. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale that blah, that funk, that thing that's holding you back today. Bringing both feet together to touch at the back of our mat. Zip up dog. Send the navel in towards the spine. Gaze is towards the toes. Inhale, bring the left foot high to the sky, three-legged dog. Option to point the toe for some finesse, or maybe you stay traditional and square off that hips, sending the toes towards the earth. Bending into this left knee and then starting to draw those big circles with your left knee. Getting nice and juicy in the synovial fluid of this left hip, we switch the direction to counterclockwise if it feels good. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to nose, round the spine, crunch it in. Maybe you give that knee a kiss. Three-legged dog. Left knee towards the nose one more time, protracting the shoulder blades. It allows you to make space for that left foot. Option to drop this right knee to modify, moving into that easy twist, sending the gaze towards the left fingertips. Grounding down, you're nice and strong in this easy twist. Find that foundation. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, pressing into this left foot, we're rising up into that twisted lunge. In this twisted lunge, keeping that right angle with the left knee. Opening up the wings a little bit wider, sending the back ankle to stack above the toes. Take one more breath with me here, yogis. You got this. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, release. Inhale, fill up, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Maybe you twist a little bit deeper. Left palm reaches behind you. Right palm paints a rainbow towards the ceiling. Cartwheeling the palms to frame this left foot. And then bringing the right knee down towards the mat. We're giving our legs a little bit of a break here. Untucking the toes, rising up for Anjaneyasana, low runner's lunge. Taking your time to move into a position that feels good here. Yoga is not about being perfect, and it's not about the flexibility either. The real yoga starts when we step off our mats and into the world. Take one big inhale here. Exhale, releasing the palms down to the earth, tucking this right toe. Big move here. We're rising up for a high crescent lunge. Inhale, using the core, activating high crescent lunge. Send the back heel to stack above the toe. Squeezing those thighs together, squaring off the hips, activating in the glutes, letting the shoulders melt down the spine. One more breath here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, pivoting this right toe, finding our way into this wide-legged forward fold. But before we do that, we're letting the left toes come towards the right, grabbing both hips here, micro-bending in both knees to avoid hyperextension, and then finding that flat back, wide-legged forward fold. Don't forget about that breath, and don't forget about that smile here. Planting both palms underneath the shoulders, taking a halfway lift. Feel yourself grow tall. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, sending the left palm towards the right ankle, maybe finding that twist in this wide-legged forward fold. Lifting the right palm high to the sky, take a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine, find a flat back. And then exhale, release through center. Right palm reaches for that left ankle, opening up the left palm, take a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release all the way down. One more big breath in this wide-legged forward fold. And then bringing the palms on the outside of both hips, bending in both knees, rising up with a flat back. Cartwheeling the palms, pivoting this left toe to frame this left foot. Sweeping the left foot all the way back, making your way back into that downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. In this downward facing dog, take one more inhale here. Exhale, release. One more sun A just to get a little extra funky, a little extra movement. Gazes in between the palms. We slowly walk, step, jump, hop, or float to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, number 7 with our spine. Don't let that wine spill. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach all the way up, sending the gaze in between the palms. Maybe you take a slight back bend here. Exhale, swan dive, leading with the chest, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Planting the palms into the earth, maybe you take a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms high to low plank, you flow, you grow. Tuck those elbows in towards the ribs as you lower down. Save that cartilage in your elbow, upward facing dog, pull the chest through. And then exhale, bringing both toes together to touch, making our way into child's pose just for a moment. A child's pose here to come back to that intention, to come back to that memory that makes you smile inside, that thing that you're grateful for in your life. One more breath here. And then walk the palms close to the body. Bring the feet on the outside, finding your way onto your mat. First, bring the glutes all the way to the top of your mat. And then sending the heels towards the glutes. Maybe you bring the forearms down to the earth to make your way down and bring your shoulders to press against the earth. So we're setting up for either bridge pose or wheel. I'll run through both of them together. And in these back bends, they're super energizing. They really get the blood flowing in the body. And you'll notice if you do this bridge or wheel, you'll have that energy to carry you through your day. Bringing the fingertips to slightly graze the tips of the heels for bridge pose first. Both toes are facing the front of the room, planting all 4 corners of each foot into the earth, and then lifting the hips, rising up, sending the knees to the top of the mat. Pressing the palms into the earth, relaxing in the glutes and pressing into the feet. Can you hold in this bridge pose for a few breaths? Can you remember to smile here? Feel the earth beneath you. Feel that foundation squeezing into this pose. Take one more inhale here. And And exhale, release the glutes down to the earth, maybe windshield wiping the knees from side to side. If you're ready to move on to a wheel pose, you're more than welcome to come along. And if you'd like to stick with bridge, take one more bridge pose here. No big deal. This is your practice and your time for yourself. First, for wheel pose, bringing our toes to face the front of the room. Our feet are about hips width distance apart. Bringing the palms on the outside of the shoulders, pressing into the earth here. Moving into wheel safely, first we press into the palms, press into both feet, and then bring the crown of our head onto our mat. Inhale, fill up. And if that feels good with the crown of your head, on the next inhale, can you press the earth away from you? Find that wheel pose. Bolster your heart towards the stars. Take one more breath here. If that feels good, maybe you start to walk the palms close towards the heels. Keeping those toes straight in front of you in the front of the mat. Take one more inhale here. Wherever you are in this wheel pose or bridge, take your time to come out of it. Walking the palms back towards the back of your mat. First, bending in the knees, sending the crown of the head down, and then the glutes as well. Bringing both knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze, thanking yourself for showing up on your mats tonight for self-love and self-care. And then moving on to a fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow. Option to stay here and take a few moments of gratitude for yourself. Maybe you find a shavasana where you simply take your mind and just let yourself be on your mat. I love what this pose represents. A fresh start, a clean slate. Sometimes when I'm in that funk, I treat people around me not the best, and this gives me an opportunity to reset, to acknowledge my feelings, and to apologize if necessary. This moment gives me that moment to reset and to realize that even though I'm in a little bit of a funk or having a blah day, moving forward, I can change this with my attitude, perseverance, and positivity. Even if it's just giving yourself a little smile here. Pressing the palms into the earth, rising up to a seated position, facing any which way you desire. Palms come to gather all this energy we've created, and palms kiss to seal our intention. Down to heart center for gratitude. Remembering that gratitude helps us fall in love with the life that we already have. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your mood-boosting practice. The perfectly imperfect student in me bows, honors, and respects the teachers in all of you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'll see you yogis next week.